What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We are starting something new, something fun, a new line of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These are the Mutant Mayhem Turtles, and we're going to be starting off with Donatello this time. He looks like he's got a lot of fun stuff in the package. We got some really fun looking artwork of Donatello here on the side. I did watch the Mutant Mayhem Turtles movie and I liked it. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I thought these turtles looked really cool and they were definitely affordable. I believe they clearanced down to like $5 or $6 at one time. So the front of the box really cool. We got like the purple bricks, the comic book looking Donatello there on the side. As we flip the box around, you can see we've got Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, Splinter, Leatherhead, Superfly, Bebop, and Rocksteady in this original wave. And that's probably as far as I'm going to go with this one, guys. I don't think I'm going to dive into the whole line. I think I'm just going to go with this original wave here. Shredder was not in this movie, so it's all different kinds of mutants, and Superfly was kind of the leader, so really cool. And I wanted Rocksteady and Bebop. They're always favorites of mine as well. These card backs do come with a little collectible card if you want to cut this out and throw away the rest. It gives you something to collect and save with it. This one says Donatello. Donnie is devastatingly smart and not afraid to let you know it. His intellectual self-assuredness may come across as arrogance, but it's just that his brain is thinking so many steps ahead that he's paralyzed with indecision. Weapons bow staff, dream to be a game developer by day and a K-pop star by night. So he wants to be a K-pop star. There you go. And then the little blurb we get up here, it says, let me get this out of the glare for you. It says, busting out of the New York sewers are four bodacious brothers ready to kick butt. Born from mysterious mutant news, these tubular turtles and their radical rat dad have trained in the art of ninjutsu to become a bad guy bashing super team. With their buddy April O'Neil, they're about to face the gnarliest mutants the world has ever seen. So again, really cool looking turtles in box art. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy pulled out of the pack and take a closer look. Alright, so for his extra accessories, he did come with this little baby turtle. The traditional bow staff that you could expect to get with Donatello. He did come with some black earphones that we'll probably try on him. And then he came with this extra accessory which is supposed to hold the weapons when you get finished pulling them off of here. It's like a sprue little peg system, and then it is an actual weapon rack. You can see here there's slots to set the weapons on. So I thought that that was a cool addition, kind of taking it back to the old school turtles of yesterday. Let's get this stuff pulled out of the way. One thing that I did notice was his glasses did not seem to want to stay on his face for me, but then there are holes that they plug into that I did not notice. So that would help them stay on tremendously, I imagine, had I known that and plugged them into the holes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over his articulation. And I'm going to go ahead and take the glasses off for that, just because it's going to make things easier for me. So the head seems really stiff, but it can move to the left and the right, as you can see, and it seems to be working in a little bit as we go, but it is definitely a really stiff head. Can look down about that far and up about that far. The arms going to go up to about here. They can rotate at the elbow. It looks like they've got a decent amount of articulation, about 90 degrees, and their hands can swivel all the way around. Donatello does have this fanny pack on. I imagine you would be able to pull this off. It looks like it's only maybe pinned in somewhere, but it probably is going to leave some sort of little hole or something in him. So probably going to leave that on there, part of the deco. And then as far as the legs go, We can get some turtle splits out, about something like that. Get about 90-degree bend on the knees here, and then the feet can turn all the way around. There is no up and down articulation with the feet. So not a whole lot to be expected with these guys as far as their articulation. Like I said, he did end up being quite a cheap figure. The whole set was rather cheap, if I remember correctly. And the bow staff is loose on his arm there, so let me plug his hand back in. So the hand either broke or popped off this joint. It looks like it just popped off the joint. But the bow staff is really loose in his other hand. But then when you try to put them both together, his hand keeps popping off the joint here. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but his hand definitely keeps popping off of the joint whenever I try to get it situated so that he can hold the bow staff. There we go. So interesting there, little side note that he was having trouble with that, and he does seem to be having a little trouble standing as well. So there's Donatello, our first impression of him. I'm going to give him probably, on the looks wise, I don't know. He's got some cool accessories. Let me get him set up with his glasses and his headphones and stuff, and then we'll take a look at his weapons and talk about my final thoughts. Alright, so for the sprue of weapons, we have another like spear here. And these, you just rotate them back and forth and they'll break free. Then it looks like we have a kind of a three-way nunchuck, a throwing star. He does come with a slice of pizza, and then a can of ooze possibly is what I would say it looks like. And then it does have a little thing here. It is supposed to be able to stand up and support itself, and you can put the weapons here on the front. I'm not sure that it was going to do that. It seems to keep falling over. I'm not really going to pull those off of there. I feel like all the little pieces will just get lost. I'm probably going to keep them on there. And guys, I want to let you know, I guess I'm rather disappointed in this figure. Most of the time my reviews are happy. I pick stuff up because I like it, and it ends up coming through. I end up giving it at least 1 thumbs up, most of the time 2 thumbs up for most stuff. But since I pulled him out of the package, his glasses almost broke. They no longer fit in his head right, which is fine. He doesn't have to have glasses, but the fact that they gave him glasses and punched holes in the sides of his head just leads me to believe that, like, he should have the glasses on. He doesn't stand worth a crap. He keeps falling over. I'm lucky that he's been standing this well. His legs are real loose. His joints are sloppy. His hand breaks off very easy if you move it whatsoever. The hand just kind of snaps off at the wrist. The headphones don't fit on his head or around his neck. They slide off the top, and then it's not big enough to go around the neck of him. So the headphones are a nice addition, a nice accessory. Maybe they'll work with another figure or something, but as far as working with Donatello, they're a fail. He can hold them in his hand and they look cool as far as that goes, but unfortunately this turtle, which could have been really cool, is a letdown for me. I'm going to have to give it a thumbs down, and I would not recommend picking this guy up unless you just, I don't know, unless you're just super in love with the Mutant Mayhem movie. Even at the lower price point, I would say that these guys aren't probably worth it. Check back, maybe I'm going to unbox all of the ones that I got, so we'll see if this is a repetitive thing. Some of the other ones don't come with quite the same stuff as him as far as the glasses, the fanny pouch, and the headphones, the extra accessories. And their two-handed weapons aren't meant to be gripped with both hands joined together, so we might not have wrist breakage in the others. However, I was most intrigued with Donatello because of his extra accessories, because of his fanny pack, the cell phone, the headphones, the glasses. He came with so much extra stuff. He looked really cool to me, and he was really intriguing. I really wanted to get him open and hope for the best with him, but unfortunately, right now I'm not feeling this figure. He's got me feeling pretty upset with this line so far, so stay tuned. Hopefully, things will look better the next time we open the next turtle. I'm not sure who that'll be. You guys leave it down in the comments who you want me to unbox next. We've got Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael to unbox. We're going to unbox all 4 of the turtles before we get into the villains or Splinter, but thank you guys for watching. Tell somebody that you love them, and I hope you have a blessed day. We'll see you next time.